in this, we're gonna be talking about how to navigate tough situations of having to figure out what happened to a card and ultimately needing to refund a sale. Hey there, I'm Dr. Emerald. I've been selling on TCGPlayer for about 2 weeks now, and last week I received an email from one of my buyers saying that their card hadn't arrived. And my first step was I just went and looked at when did this order get created and when was the expected arrival date. Now, luckily at this point, I still had like 3-ish business days until that card even was supposed to arrive. So I just went ahead and I emailed the buyer and let them know, hey, thank you so much for your flexibility and your patience with this. The card is expected to arrive in a couple of days, so just hang on. I'm really excited for you to get this card. They responded, they said okay, and after a couple of days, I was kind of curious, hadn't heard anything, and then they responded again saying that the card still hadn't arrived. This is when I was starting to get, I don't know, a little bit stressed and anxious about the situation because, you know, this was a $40 Charizard card and I just really didn't want to have to refund that, as well as I didn't want to refund it ultimately and then have the card just show up in a day or two. So I responded again and asked for them to have a little bit more patience. Hey, you know, can we wait a few more days? Hopefully it just got hung up in the mail because we had just had a holiday for Easter here in the United States. Ideally, the card will show up. So please let me know if it did. Fast forward another couple of days and the buyer responded once again and said, hey, the card is still not here. At that point, you know, they had asked if I would be willing to refund them because they wanted to go and buy another card before prices jumped up. You know, truthfully, like they've been super patient. It had been several days past the expected delivery date. So I went ahead, responded to them, let them know that I was going to be processing a refund for them. As you go through and you refund a card, you just tell, there's a little box for TCGPlayer that asks who initiated the refund and then if there was any additional comments. What did I learn from this? Well, refunds are gonna happen, right? It sucks, yeah, I'm out $40, but overall that's just the cost of doing business. Sometimes these things are going to happen. Also, if you respond quickly to a buyer and their concerns, generally they're gonna be really easy to work with, especially if you go at it with a mind of working with them, asking them to be patient or flexible, and letting them know that you appreciate that. Because they just want their card, obviously, right? The other thing that I am gonna start doing, because it's this tricky thing of where in order to track a card through like Pirate Ship is who I do for my orders over 50 to get tracking, it ends up being $5.50. Where if I deliver in a plain white envelope, I'm around $1. So, you know, there's this gray area of anything over, we'll just say $5 to $50 where I'm not doing tracking. And it feels like, you know, hopefully this is just like a 1 in 1,000 times that a card gets lost. But, you know, it's still $40. So what are some things that I can do to limit that as much as possible? Well, I'm gonna look around and see if there's some less expensive options for tracking letters. There's a couple of sites that I found that puts a little barcode on the top of your envelope and it'll track it that way. So I think if you buy like 1,000 credits, it's around 18 cents to do that. I'm gonna look into that. I'll try it for a little bit, let you all know what I think. But yeah, overall, it was a fine experience. It sucks, but it wasn't as bad as I thought it was gonna be. The buyer was able to get the refund. And yeah, I wanna let you know that refunds are gonna happen, cards are gonna get lost. That's okay. But ultimately, I'm having a lot of fun doing this. 2 weeks in, and I'm having a blast. If you've made it this far through the video and you're finding this content helpful on your journey, or if you have anything that would be helpful for me, please comment below and subscribe. I'll see you all in another video. I'm Dr. Emerald with Basecamp Pokemon.